If you want to make money as an online fitness coach, you need to master sales. But to even be able to get on a sales call, you need to be good at actually booking the call in the DMs. The issue with most coaches is they sound robotic, they're incredibly pushy, they seem desperate for money, and they don't actually care about the prospect that they are DMing. They are only trying to book a call so they can fill their pockets with cash. In this video, I'm gonna audit some of my clients' conversations to see where they're fucking up and to teach you how to master DM sales. All right, Stoic, let's break it down. Hey brother, I appreciate the follow. Where are you from? I'm from New Jersey. First and foremost, they automatically replied saying that they were from the UK. I still don't think that I would utilize that DM as an opening message just because it's very broad. And when it comes to DMs, a lot of people are not stupid. They know why you were DMing them to a degree. So I like to keep it around where I want the conversation to go. Yo, appreciate you engaging in the content. What about my content are resonating the most? This way we can keep it around the content, which is more likely fitness based, or you can be a lot more direct. Yo, homie, I appreciate you engaging in the content. Thank you. Are you currently on a fitness journey or looking to start one? Both of them play a good part, but it depends on what you would like to do with the conversation. Let's keep going. Oh, nice. What's your story and how'd you get into running? Not as nice as New Jersey, I'm sure. I got into running around 8 years ago. First and foremost, I'm gonna give you props for that. I don't know if this is from an application or if it's just from you DMing a random individual on your page, but the fact that you mentioned something that they are doing is great, because now they opened up a little bit because it looks like you are invested in them as an individual. So love the second DM, that's great. Love it. So many utilize running to get fit until they realize they either love it or hard it. I fucking hate running, by the way, so I get that. So in terms of getting more fit and staying fit, what does that look like for you? I like that question. I like everything that I'm seeing so far. 12,000, that's great. If you did sign up for another marathon, what would you dream your finish would be? They gave you the time. That would be epic. What's your best limiting factor? For sure, I'm getting old. Man, 8 years of running, you're just hitting the known time frame with the maximum economy endurance. You got this. So as far as the time frame, see, even with this, I don't really mind where we're going here, but I feel like we're too scripty. All right, we're too scripty. There is a foundation that we follow in all DMs, which is validate, relate, lean in. For all of you viewers, you're gonna hear that a lot during this video, so buckle up. But the reason why I say it's too scripty right now is because you're listening to what they're saying to a degree, but then we're just moving off of the script. We're trying to push it forward. The best thing that you want to do is try to keep them answering the way that they were answering at the beginning. If we scroll back, you're going to see huge paragraphs here, but then when we scroll forward, we're starting to get one-liners again. All right, we're starting to get one-liners, we're starting to get one-liners, we're starting to get a couple words, and it's because he's getting sick of answering or he doesn't know what to say. So I would literally break it down. I'm getting old. Bro, you ain't that fucking old. How old are you? Right? Simple things like that question might seem arbitrary, but that's how you build a relationship. Think about small talk. A lot of us don't like small talk, but small talk is what leads to the deep talk. If you don't have small talk, you don't know if you resonate with somebody. You don't know if you even want to continue that conversation. So yes, I get that we are doing the quote unquote validate, relate, lean in structure here. All right, man, 8 years of running, you're just hitting the known time. You got this. So as far as the time frame, it's starting to become too structured of awesome question, awesome question, awesome question. Don't be afraid to veer off the script a little bit. Allow yourself to be fluid. The script is a structure to help you with the known sales psychology questions, but you are allowed to be a human being in the process. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's keep going here. Let's see how it goes. All right, possibly later in the year, around September time. All right, cool, thanks, finger crossed it goes well. I feel that. Now, the reason why you got left on scene is because you asked to book a call when we're not even going in the direction of a call in the first place. You're jumping, basically asking this person to fuck you when you haven't even bought them a drink yet. They haven't even decided to go to the bar with you yet. We've asked a total of what, 6 questions? You hammered them with this gigantic paragraph at the end and then asked to get on the phone when there's no reason why they should get on the phone with you. Thanks, fingers crossed it goes well. Awesome, I'll tell you what, let's get on the phone. Why? They don't see you as an authority. You need to expand. The DM script is there for you to validate, relate, lean into the things that they are struggling with so you can get to know them on a deeper level and then be able to lead them towards a call because they feel like you have the solution to their problem. The DM script is not something to be rushed so you could try to get them on the phone without any information. For everybody watching this, your DM conversation is where you collect all of your ammo. So if you rush the DM convo just to get them on the phone, you are either going to get ghosted, like Stoic got ghosted here, or you are going to get them on the phone and it's going to be incredibly hard to sell them. Ask as many questions as you possibly can in the DM conversation because it's incredibly low commitment and it's not stressful for the prospect themselves. It's just a regular convo through the DMs. You need to follow everything properly. You need to expand on all the answers that they give you. And you need to get to the point where you ask the question that needs to be asked. Mind if I ask a couple questions and see if I can help? Before you spam them with more questions and they get incredibly closed off like this individual is. All right, let's break this down. Hey Marie, thanks for liking my post. How are you doing? Again, I don't mind the opening. How are you doing? Where are you from? But keep it focused on where you would like the conversation to go. Yo, I appreciate you for engaging. What about the content stood out to you the most? It is now a broader question. It's something that gives them more meat to bite onto. When you ask a basic ass simple question that only requires a minimal amount of effort to answer, you're going to get a simplistic answer. You're welcome. I'm great. How about you? Instead of, well, that content really resonated with me because I've been struggling with my fitness journey for the last couple of years, which is a potential answer that you could get if you asked them the right question in the first place. Take a second for all of you viewers and zoom out for a minute and look at this DM conversation. Who is more interested? Who is giving more energy? Who is trying harder? Obviously the coach. The prospect is disinterested. They are not connected to this conversation, and you could tell just based off of how many words were typed. You need to match and reciprocate energy. Your first message needs to lay up the conversation. If they are very closed off with their following message, you need to match that energy and try to get them into it. Think about your DMs like dating moving forward. The energy that you give is the energy you're gonna get back. You just walked up to this girl at a random table and was like, hi, you came to the bar today. I hope you're having a great day. Instead of walking up and being like, you fine. What's up? You want to get a drink? You want to go dance? The energy that you gave was reciprocated. I'm great. How are you? Thanks. Appreciate it. Fuck off because I'm with my friends. The energy that you gave is now being reciprocated. If you would like them to match your energy, you need to give them the energy that you would like back. If you want them to go dance with you, put on some swagger, give them a compliment, maybe walk up to the table with the drink. Don't ask, can I buy you a drink? Do a little bit beforehand and then get them on the dance floor. Say things that are going to lead the conversation in the direction that you would like to go because automatically this person is closed off, all right? Mary doesn't want to talk to you or Marie doesn't want to talk to you. I'm doing well, helping as many people as I can change their bodies and lives. No one gives a fuck. No one cares, all right? This is something that all of you coaches need to stop doing, please. All right? Now, why? They don't give a fuck about your clients. They also don't give a fuck about your job. Everybody is selfish. Please write that down. That's also not a bad thing. You are selfish. You're in this conversation to sell them so you can make money and grow your business. They are selfish because the only reason why they're on social media is to get entertainment or education from other people. That's okay. Human beings are selfish inherently. So saying this is weird. Right here. Are you on your own fitness journey? No, I need to be on something. What the fuck does that even mean? Then you ask her a generic fitness question like, are you on a fitness journey? And she says, no, I need to be on something. Mind if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help? Sure. Awesome. What's your biggest struggle right now? Eating healthy. Automatically, this conversation is closed off based off of how you open the top. Let's see if it keeps going that way. How long have you been struggling? Well, I don't eat that much, honestly, but I've been drinking a lot for the past 2 years, so I think that's where my gain is at. Have you tried to slow down and quit drinking? I struggle with alcoholism myself. I'm an alcoholic, but I'm in recovery by the grace of God. That's a good relation piece. I'm glad that you did that. I probably would have put the relating at the top and then asked the question afterwards, but that's besides the point. I'm just being a little bit picky there. Yes, I've slowed down. She also messaged you the next day with the congratulations, which is good. Means that she's open and receptive to the convo. So over the last couple questions, we brought it back, even though we fucked at the beginning. What would you say is your number one fitness goal right now? Thank you. Lose my stomach fat. Losing your stomach fat is super realistic. Why is it important to you? See, even with that though, I don't think that that's a great question to ask. Losing your stomach fat is incredibly realistic. Why is it important to you? I would have tried to expand on her past and asked her how long has she been struggling to lose that fat. I would have asked how long have you been struggling to build the body that you would like to build. What about it, your stomach fat is the reason that that is the main priority for you? Does this make sense? The questions that you're asking are too robotic, all right? Losing your stomach fat is super realistic. Why is it important to you? I get that that could be a question that a coach asks a prospect or a coach asks a client later on, but right now you are none of those things. You are a random stranger DMing a random stranger. And in the conversations, you need to look at it either through a dating perspective or a friend's perspective. If my friend is like, oh, I'm really trying to lose this chub, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, it's super realistic that you do that, bro. Why is it important to you? I'm gonna be like, what do you mean the chub? Chub on your stomach, chub on your back, what's going on? Well, my stomach. Well, how long have you been struggling with that? Like, What do you mean? What have you tried? I'm going to ask questions that are relative to the situation that they are currently in. I'm not going to consistently just try to move through the script, not relating and validating where they are currently at. We need to expand on the things that they are saying, not just consistently try to run through the script in front of us. Instead of saying what you said, here's 3 different responses that are better. How long have you been trying to lose your stomach fat? Is better than what you said. How much fat are you looking to actually lose? Is better than what you said. What have you tried in the past? Is better than what you said. All of them have different energy, different lengths, and they are directly around expanding on what she said instead of moving to the next question in your script, which is what matters the most. I don't want to beat a dead horse. We're going to move on to the next thing because I want to focus on what she says. She said, I'm actually on a weight loss injection to help me. That's a very important thing in this script right now. You have now got a lot of ammo to lead in a positive direction. Let's see what you do with it. Those are really bad for you when you come off of them. If you're not careful, you'll gain the weight back. Is it Ozempic? Stop shaming them for what they are doing. Stop instantly acting like their coach and allow them to express before you start to insert yourself as that authority. Awesome. Would you like some help? I can also help you come off those injections properly and continue the weight loss journey to get toned up. No, it's Zep bound. Let's set up a 30-minute call. So you missed the call, you missed the point, you didn't listen to them, you didn't validate them, and you rushed to book the call because you would like to sell them into your program. Let's break this down very quickly here. They talked about how they're on a weight loss injection to help them because they would like to tone and lose weight. We then spam them with 3 different paragraphs instead of focusing in on the validate, relate, lean in rule. Validate, relate, lean in, you should focus on one thing at a time. I want to tone and lose weight. You said tone, what does that actually mean? At this point in the sale, you think that you have them in the bag and you could take them home, and you're already pulling your dick out in the bar instead of waiting until you get into the bedroom. You're like the dog that's so excited that the little pink part of their penis has come out and then they're running around the house looking like a weirdo. Slow down and focus in on one thing that they are saying, because automatically here you're talking about the weight loss injection and you're basically shaming them to a degree. Those are really bad for you when you come off of them. If you're not careful, it's going to hurt you. They didn't fucking ask for your medical advice, by the way. Number 2, you're then saying, can I help? So we're jumping to the top message. And then you are going back to the injection and saying, I can also help you come off properly. They didn't fucking ask. As you see here, they're like, cool, bro, with a thumbs up emoji. By the way, if you ever get this, you're not doing a good job. That's basically the fuck you of Facebook Messenger, the thumbs up emoji. No, mind if I ask some questions to see if I can help? No, have you ever tried to hire a coach in the past for this? No, would you like to book a call to be able to go over how I could help you with this individual goal because we didn't expand on the script? You're rushing. Rushing gets you nowhere. Rushing keeps you single and sad. You turn into a cat person for the rest of your life. And I'll let you know. Sounds good. Let me know what works for you. Last tip I'm going to give you, you need to hold the authority of each individual DM conversation that you get in. So if anybody is like, I'll let you know, don't take that as the answer and realize that that is them basically, again, telling you to fuck off because they don't want to continue with this conversation. You going, let me know what works for you, closes the door into this conversation. They are never going to message you back. Every conversation needs to be left with an open loop. What does that mean? What does your schedule look like? How's the next couple days look for you? You need to keep the door open or all you're doing here is slamming it in your own face. All right, Andrew, you got an inbound lead here. Let's check it out. Lose. Hey, man, glad you decided to reach out. Mind if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help? I don't mind that. Direct to the fucking point. They DM'd you based off of the CTA. Cool. Go ahead. Hell yeah. What's your number one goal right now if we were to work together? I don't like that. I would just say, what's your number one goal right now in your fitness journey? What are you looking to achieve in fitness? Keep it around their goals. Don't automatically assume they're working together. But again, it doesn't matter. They did expand. I want to lose weight and gain more confidence. Haven't really been loving myself the way I should. That's an awesome goal, man. What would that look like for you? Again, I feel like we're just rushing through the script. We're not expanding on the individual things that they're saying. Lose weight. How much weight? Gain more confidence. What does that actually mean? Are you wearing a shirt at the beach? Or do you not want to have sex with your girl with the fucking lights on? Like, what does that actually mean? We need to expand. We don't know yet because we're not asking the questions properly. Getting more active, seeing myself the way that I should. We're trying to lose weight, but I don't get the motivation like I should. I need help. Man, I can definitely understand. I love that goal. I know you said you wanted to lose weight, but may I ask how much? how much weight you would like to lose, and now we're asking it down here, so that's at least better. It's something that smarter people than me in sales also teach, but understand this. Validate does not mean, awesome, that's great, and then move on. It means validate their individual situation, all right? Validate the words that have come out of their mouth. Make sure that they feel heard and seen. Relate means either attach something that you can relate to their situation or help them expand so you can relate to them, and then lean in with another question. That does not mean lean into another question that has to do with your script. It means lean in with another question that could help expand on the goal or the thing that they are currently talking about. So let's break it down here. I want to lose weight and gain more confidence. I would have asked the how much weight question up here. Dude, that's great. That's fine. Losing weight is a pretty easy goal when it comes down to fitness. I want to lose weight and gain more confidence. I would have asked the how much weight question up here. Dude, that's great. That's fine. Losing weight is a pretty easy goal when it comes down to fitness. But what are you looking to lose? How much weight are we talking about here? 50 to 80 pounds. Well, all right, 50 to 80 pounds, that's actually a pretty lofty goal, but I love the commitment. How long have you been trying to lose that weight? I'm talking about the goal. I want to expand. Have you been, high school. Well, how long ago was high school? Was it 10 years or was it a year? Because if it was a year ago, that's a different conversation. If it was 10 years, what have we been doing for the last 10 years? Why have you not tried to do this in the past? Well, I have. Well, what do you mean? Did you hire a coach? Did you try to do it yourself? We're still talking about his weight loss goal. We haven't gone to anything else. I'm not talking about anything else to do with his fucking goals. I haven't expanded on the script at all. All of these questions are around 50 to 80 pounds. And then I'm using that structure of validation of what came out of his mouth, relating me just being a human being and reciprocating energy, and then leaning with another question to do with the fucking goal that I would like to get as much ammo as I possibly need on. Now, let's keep going here. Hell yeah, I'd love to hear it. Why I ask that specific goal. What the fuck do you mean, why I ask that specific goal? Pretty sure any human being on the planet would want to lose 50 to 80 pounds if they have 50 to 80 pounds of excessive body fat on their body. I just don't think this is necessary right here. Because the way I see it, I gotta start somewhere. I wanna start by losing my gut. I wanna gain more muscle. I've always been told you'll feel better about yourself. The more you love yourself, the better you'll be. That can be so hard, not loving yourself. I want you to know you're not alone there. And then we don't answer for like 3 fucking hours, or he doesn't. So yeah, I just gotta make a change. How long have you dealt with that? Yeah, bro, I think we're like, you're just too robotic. You're not a human being here. We're not having a conversation to converse. We're not having a conversation to build a relationship. We're not having a conversation to hear and listen. We're having a conversation to make money, to book calls. And I completely understand, because I am to blame. We are not in the DMs to just DM. We're in the DMs to book a call. I have said those wordings before. However, you also need to understand that the people that you are DMing are people. The goal is not send 100 DMs a day. The goal is to book one call. In order to book one call, you might have to DM the same person for fucking 5 hours. You might have to converse with that individual for a long period of time to understand who they are, what they are struggling with, what they need, and for them to understand that you are the solution. It takes time. Here's a framework. How would you text these people if there was no possibility you'd get money from them? If your automatic response is, well, I fucking wouldn't, there'd be no point. Then why are you in this game? Online coaches say what? I want to help people. I became a PT because I want to change lives. Then fucking change his life. Help Chris. Help Chris. Chris is out here right now struggling, all right? Super fat, well, I don't really know, but wants to lose 50 to 80 pounds. He doesn't like the way he fucking looks. He feels like he's struggling, and you're just one word answering him. Crazy, bro. Oh my God, this is intense. You seem struggling. This is crazy. I don't know how long you've been there, blah, blah, blah. And then you're just trying to run them through it. How long has it been? Focus in on one thing and expand until you can't extract any more information. One struggle that they say, expand until you can't extract any more information. If you want to get sap from a tree, you pound the fucking sap plug into the tree and you drain the entire tree. You don't fucking drain it for 2 seconds and then move on to the next one. How long has it been? Long time. How long would you say? You good, man? Yeah, sorry at work. See, now he's closed off. And he's closed off because you haven't fucking expanded on everything you said above. Look at how great the conversation was up here. Perfect reciprocation of energy. He's expanding, talking to you, pouring his heart out. All right, gigantic paragraph about how he's felt. And then because you didn't validate him, because you didn't expand on the conversation, because you didn't treat him like a human being, we're now starting to see one-word answers. We're now seeing the, okay, I'm done with this fucking conversation. This guy doesn't give a fuck about me, all right? That's why I ain't going nowhere. I have a tendency of to start slacking. Definitely get it, bro. Can I tell you the program works? He doesn't give a fuck about how the program works. Doesn't give a shit. Why the fuck would he give a shit about how your program works? Even if he said, hell yes, to you talking about booking a call, I can tell you that he wasn't going to, due to the fact that this is how you did it. Awesome, bro. I respect your time and also mine. So I do have a questionnaire for you to fill out. Let me know how serious you are about losing that weight. If it's cool, I can set it your way. Okay. Boom. Based off of your answers, we can move forward and I can point you in the right direction. No. If you were a dog in front of me, I'd slap you in the nose with a fucking newspaper. You need to take this energy at the beginning where it looked like you cared about the individual and bring it to the middle. This question right here is where you lost everything, in my opinion. Where he said all of this, because the way I got to start somewhere, the way I got to see it is I got to start somewhere. I want to start losing my gut. I want to gain more muscle. I've always been told that the more you feel better about yourself, the more you love yourself and the better you will be. I haven't loved myself in a while and I'm ready to change that. That can be super hard, bro. I want you to know that you're not alone here. How long have you dealt with that? What would hitting this goal change for you? Just focus on this for a minute. Dude, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions around that to see if I can help you? That's where you would sign that question in. He would then say yes and be like, okay, I want to focus in on that last statement. You said you haven't loved yourself in a while. What does that mean? How long are we talking? How long has this been a prominent struggle for you? When you say you haven't loved yourself, is that just tied to the fact that you want to lose 50 to 80 pounds? Or have you let other parts of your life go because of this goal? Expand. If you get on the call and you do not have a stack of fucking ammo from the DMs, you did not do your job. That's the truth. If you get on the call and you don't have a stack of ammo from your DMs, you didn't do your job. You neglected the practice properly. Spend time. If you get to the date with the girl you would like to date and you don't know anything about her at all and it wasn't a blind date, you didn't do your fucking job. You haven't asked enough questions. So when you get to that date, and unless you're incredibly good at talking and coming up with subjects, which I promise you not a lot of guys are, because fucking Ronnie and Daniel 3 seconds ago when I asked them a question just fucking froze up about dating. It's not a normal thing in the dating world. You're gonna fucking fall on your face and you're not gonna take the girl home. Ronnie's nodding, Daniel's giving me the eyes right now. Rule of thumb, stack the ammo before you get on the call to make the shit easier for you, because all you're doing is making it harder for you before at the end of the day. I'm doing this DM on it in front of two people, Ronnie and Daniel. All of us agree that we can tell the questions that you are asking shows that you don't know why you are asking it. You are asking it because we put it in a script. You're asking it because you know that you need to ask questions in order to get on a call to be able to sell this individual into your program to be able to change their life. Moving forward, all of you, every viewer, ask questions that are going to lead you in the direction to book the call and get to know the person. Think about the answer that you could receive from the question that you are asking before you ask it. It's like chess. Before you move any of the pieces, think about what they could do. Think about where the piece is going to be placed and the next moves that are going to be made. If you're a chess player that's just moving things arbitrarily, you don't know what's going to happen next, no wonder you suck. No wonder you're not booking calls. This is a game. Learn how to fucking play it. All right, Jared, let's break this down. Hey, Eric, how's life been going since college? I'm assuming you know this. I'm assuming you know this individual because that is a very direct fucking question. It's been all right, bro. Just living one day at a time. Same, man. Just training BJJ, trying to have fun with yoga and lifting. Have you been active or training at all? Yes, sir. I went from 435 pounds to 270. Jesus Christ, as a martial artist, I haven't trained in years since I got my 4th degree in ninjutsu. Holy moly, bro. That's amazing. I love when people don't swear either. Holy moly, man. That's an amazing drop. Have you noticed changes in your energy or mood and performance? Well, of course. Of course he fucking has. He's lost 200 pounds, bro. That's an arbitrary question. I play a lot of baseball and travel leagues, and I played a half season with Long Island Ducks too. So I can say that my energy is pretty good for a 30-year-old. Nice. That's great, bro. I love watching the Ducks grow up. It's a fun time. Are you training at anything right now? So you were left on red on Friday. I'm willing to bet a lot of money that the reason why you were left on red by this individual is due to the fact that I don't know why you DM'd him. You just sent him a message about college. It was an arbitrary conversation. He told you what's up. You guys kind of connected. I'm assuming that this was an acquaintance from the past or a friend from the past. There's no reason for him to continue this conversation. Not to mention, if we really look at it on a deeper level, I don't think that this person needs your help. They've lost 200 pounds of their own, almost 200 pounds of their own. All right, they've got their 4th degree, I'm assuming black belt in ninjutsu, or a belt in ninjutsu. What?
It's just so funny.
It's a funny word. 100% it's a funny word. But I'm like, when I read, I got my 4th degree in ninjutsu, that to me seems like black belt. And here he's traveling in travel baseball leagues, including playing a season with the Long Island Ducks. I don't think this guy needs a fitness coach. Can I agree? You agree with that, Ronnie? Agree with that, Daniel?
He looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he looks like he knows what he's doing. So to me, I don't think this is a conversation we need to focus on. Sales is a gap from where people are to where they want to go. This person doesn't seem like they have a gap. So right now, you are doing something that is a waste of your time and a waste of their time. Now, I understand why we started the conversation. You didn't know anything about them when you sent it the first DM. But once you start to learn these things, I wouldn't submit this conversation for review for me or anybody else or wonder why you didn't book a call, because this person doesn't need your fucking help. This person does not have a gap from where they are to where they want to go. It seems like they're doing pretty fucking good. So I would just move on to the next conversation. Conversations, DMs, sales, growth in your business is all a numbers game. It is. There are billions of people on social media. Not everybody is looking for a coach to be able to help them with their goals. You need to understand that a lot of the times that you step up to the plate, you are going to strike out. You just need to keep stepping up to that fucking plate. There's 9 principles that will help you learn how to book calls in the DMs, and here they are. First is understanding why you were in the DM with the person in the first place. Again, you are the person that fills the gap between where they are and where they would like to go. Second, we need to look at the conversation for what it is, a conversation. Stop taking your script, plugging it in word for word, acting like a robot, and losing your humility in the conversation itself. Or you're gonna get left on red consistently and not be able to book any calls. Third, there's a framework called validate, relate, lean in. Validate means validate what they say so we can expand more. Relate to them based off the words that came out of their mouth and how we can connect with them as a human. And then lean in with another question that is around what they actually said. Not lean in with another question in your script, because then you're gonna sound robotic and they're not gonna wanna continue the conversation with you. 4, there is going to be a time in the conversation where you need to hit the transition message. Mind if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help? If you do not ask that question, the prospect more than likely will be incredibly closed off to you when you start to ask deeper questions, because they're gonna be like, who the fuck is this stranger spamming me with personal shit? The goal at the beginning of the convo is to get them to open up. Talk to them a little bit, use some humor. We're not trying to rip their pants off instantly as soon as we walk up to them. Once they're a little bit warmer to us, we then go, yo, do you mind if I get your number? We then go, do you want to get out of here? That is the mind if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help question. You need to be able to ask that, and you do that after you expand a little bit more. 5 is all about uncovering their actual struggle. We need to know why they would benefit from having you in their life. We need to know why they actually want to start in a fitness journey in the first place. If you don't uncover that struggle, you will get absolutely nowhere. A simple question: what is the biggest struggle you're struggling with in your fitness journey right now? What is the biggest thing stopping you from achieving that goal right now? Simple questions like that will give you ammo that you could stack up for later on in the DM convo or the call itself. 6 is the invitation to help. This is where you go from discovery of what they are dealing with to actually offering them a solution to their individual problem. It's very simple. Would you like some help with that? You've just talked for the last day, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, however long it took for you to uncover their actual problems. And number 7, piggybacking off of number 6, is where we actually book the call. You can do it one of 2 ways. You can either send them a Calendly link. However, over the last 30 to 60 days, we've seen a lot of people get ghosted when they do that. So we suggest that you actually book the call manually. If they want help, if they've agreed to a call, just offer them 3 times over the next 24 to 48 hours. Let them pick the time, get their email, get their phone, and then book the call manually for them. Because sometimes sending them a link and getting them the book causes friction, and people are lazy, so they won't do it. We want to remove any constraints of them actually taking action. Number 8 is the follow-up sequence. Let's say you ask them the 3 times and they don't get back to you. This is what I want you to do. First, go comment on one of their Instagram posts. If they're private, move on to the second thing, which is double tapping one of the messages they said above, because this will automatically bump your chat to the top of their DMs. The third is sending a GIF. I don't care which one you do, just make sure that it's humorous and it relates to the conversation itself. And the fourth one is sending a video. You can send a voice note, a video, or a quick message. It's 100% up to your personality. I will always send a video or a voice note because I want people to hear my tone and my voice, because that alone usually connects them with me because they know it's me and not some random VA. 9, send a pre-call video. After the call is actually booked, send a video the night before being like, yo, Daniel, super excited to talk to you, dog. On the call tomorrow at 1, I want you to make sure that you have a pen and paper. You are focused on what I'm about to say, because my entire goal is that you leave that call with a game plan and an exact strategy to transform your life and lose that insert goal. Whatever weight they want to lose, the fucking thing that they told you they would like to transform. That alone will help a lot more people to show up to the call itself. But you can only start combos in the DMs when you have attention. So watch this video on how I gained 1 million followers and 1 billion views in the last 11 months.